So this is a video about the Kodak v570 and the Kodak v705, both fairly identical cameras. I absolutely love this camera, have taught classes about this camera, and now I just want to show some more of the advanced features on video so that you can follow along. So first of all, it has the memory card is here on the side. It's an SD memory card, and if you actually forget your memory card, don't worry, it actually has an internal memory, so if you lower the photo resolution, you can still take some photos. The battery is down here, snaps out. I only have one hand, so you can imagine it's in there. And when you first turn on the camera, there's two ways to turn on the camera. There's the on and off button on the far right, but on the far left is a favorites button. If you turn it on with this button, the lens opens up, but if you turn it on with the favorites button, it does not open up the lens. So let's open it up with the on and off button. If you've recently taken out the battery, it's going to ask you to reset the time, which is kind of annoying. You can set the time if you want, but I usually just go down and press cancel because I find myself having to do that every time I swap out batteries. It says memory card is protected. Let's see, unlock card. And shove it back in. Alright. Reading memory card. So let's go down a few of the features. So we have the card, the battery. Image stabilization is already on this camera as well, and because it's super wide angle, you actually don't really need image stabilization that much on the super wide angle. Let's also try and open it up in the favorite mode so you can see what happens there. If you just press favorite, the lens does not open up, and then it says no pictures for review in favorite. So I haven't really favorited any images, so then it says press review to just read the entire memory card. The way you use it is you press left and right using this little toggle switch here, and I believe you can, you can also zoom in to the actual image and scroll around the actual image. If you go wider, then you can have multi images per on the screen, so you can scroll through much faster. So then let me go into some of so I'm going to now turn the camera back on using the on button. That allows me to actually, that turned it off. You can either press the camera button, the second button that has an icon of a camera, or you can just press the on and off button, and that will make, by default, it'll be on the camera mode versus the video mode, which is over here. So now it's on video. Now it's on camera. So back to camera mode. The default is automatic. Up here, let's see. Up here, it'll have the resolution. It'll say 4 megapixels, for example. And then it has automatic flash. And then this is not macro mode, so no flower mode. And then in the upper right hand corner it says that there's 724 photos available. And right now I have this on the 4 megapixel mode, and we'll show you how to change that. So in my photo class I've talked several times about how you should take, for real estate photography, you should take almost every photo in 3 modes. In flash mode, forced flash mode, no flash, and fill flash. So I'm going to show you how to do that here. In the upper left hand corner here is the flash icon. If you press that, let's see if you can get the angle here. If you press the flash icon, you'll see in the upper top it has a lightning bolt with a line crossed through it. That means no flash. So that'd be, you take one shot with no flash. You press it again and it has just the lightning bolt without an A next to it. That means you're overriding what the camera would recommend and forcing a flash. And then there's the red eye mode, which I really hate, so ignore that. Don't use the red eye mode. And then to change it to fill flash, what I call fill flash, you press this button up, the scene button, which is the same button the camera is on. So the camera's on, blue light's on, and you press it, and that allows you to change to these more advanced modes. And what I call fill flash is actually, they call it the night portrait mode, which is a man with a star behind it, so it gives you just a pop of flash, a smaller pop of flash. So now there's the man in the upper left hand corner with a star behind him, but then you've also have the A mode right now, A flash. So it's kind of confusing, but you have to have the man in the corner and the forced flash, otherwise it might not recommend a flash. And this will take shots with a smaller amount of flash, and then that makes for warmer photographs of kitchens and stuff like that. To go to panoramic mode, you click the top blue button again, and in the upper left hand corner, the second to last one on the left, says panoramic mode left to right. I then press in the button. Oh, it actually did it by default by just leaving it there. So you press in the button, and what it does is it gives you 3 scenes. It has you take 3 scenes. So I'm going to take one shot here, and then what it does is after you've taken that shot, I slightly press the button, and it then takes you to the next shot. It has you line up the gray wall and the white shirt, and then you press another shot, and then you touch down the shutter key and it'll reset, and then have you pan around and then line up the door. So over here there's a door, and what we're doing is on the left hand side of the screen, as you can see on the left hand side of the screen is the door. So you press, when you line them up, you press, take the photo, and then now it stitches the photos together, which is awesome. I don't think any other camera has this. It's a pain in the neck to do this with software, but this does it in camera. And let's see. So there we go. There's the panoramic shot. You can barely tell. I didn't line it up very well and all that stuff, but that shows you how to do that. Picture size is important, the resolution, because if you take everything in super high resolution, you're going to blow up your camera. So over here on menu mode, you scroll down while the camera's on. Oops, let's see. I'm going to turn it off of this panoramic mode. So we're back to regular mode. So we're going to go to menu, and 2 scrolls down it says picture size, and there for interiors or just fun shots I turn it down to 1.8 megapixel. It's just overkill. You don't need anything bigger than that. If you're doing travel stuff and there might be something in the distance that you want to see, like a license plate, then fine. But 3 megapixels is more than enough if you want to do like a front of a house. If you plan on blowing up that house to an 8x10 print photo, then fine, shoot it at 4 or maybe even 5. But for the most part, I shoot all my stuff on 1.8 and 3.1, and that's plenty, because it's going to otherwise eat up space on your computer, slow down uploads, and all that other stuff. So let's go down the other modes here.